This is Clay Rooks at City College. In this presentation, I'm going to be talking about paragraphs and how to build paragraphs. The first thing we should do is we should define what a paragraph is. A paragraph can be thought of as a unit of thought or information. Now, if we take a look at this representation here of an essay, and these blocks are paragraph blocks, if you will imagine. Then, of course, the top one's the introduction, the last one's the conclusion, and then in the middle we have the body paragraphs. Let's take a look at these in a little bit more detail. The first thing that you have to do when you are working with paragraphs, we'll take one here and blow it up a little bit larger. There's two things that you should have in your paragraph. The first thing you should have is a topic sentence. The topic sentence basically has one main job. Its job is to name the topic of the paragraph. That's basically all it's supposed to do. And it should be the first sentence in the paragraph. The next thing is that in the body of the paragraph itself, you need to have the support details and information that go into the paragraph. The support information and details should line themselves up with whatever the topic of the paragraph is and provide the supporting details and information for the paragraph. Now, we need to take a look at this a little bit closer here. What kind of support details and information do we need then when we are building paragraphs? Support can come in many different forms. They can be facts, it can be data, it can be statistics, perhaps a case study of some kind. Quotes from experts are good sometimes too, or maybe a personal experience, examples. There are all kinds of details and all varieties of information that can be used to build a paragraph. Now, there is some specific things, though, that the information in a paragraph must be able to adhere to. First of all, the information in a paragraph must be unified. Secondly, the information in a paragraph must be sufficient. And third, the information in a paragraph needs to be coherent. Now we're going to talk about these each one in a little more detail. First of all, the information in the paragraph needs to be unified. What are we talking about here? What we mean is that all of the information, every sentence, every fact and idea, are related to the topic that is stated in the topic sentence of the paragraph. The information will be unified. In other words, it will be one with the topic sentence if it all pertains to the topic of that paragraph that is stated in the sentence. Secondly, the information in the paragraph needs to be sufficient. What that means basically is that there has to be enough. You have to have enough information presented to support the topic of the paragraph, and the information needs to be strong enough and good enough to develop the idea or the point of the paragraph. Thirdly, the information in the paragraph must be coherent. What do we mean by coherent? To be coherent means to be clear and understandable. Coherent information means that the sentences and the ideas flow well from one to another, and the relationships between them are logical and clearly evident. The language is well developed, clear and smooth. Then we'll have coherence. Now, paragraphs come from the writing process that we previously looked at. And where they come from and where they're born in this process is down in step 5 under organization. When you group your information into related information, that becomes your paragraphs. Each group of related information will become a paragraph in your essay. In turn, each paragraph that you build then will become one of the paragraphs in the essay. And that's how they're built, and that's where they come from in the writing process that we've been learning. When you do this and practice it and it turns out right, then you end up with paragraphs basically that look like this. There's a topic sentence which says this is what this paragraph will be about. And then there are supporting details, facts, information of different kinds, examples, and perhaps statistical information that support whatever the topic sentence says. In this particular case, the topic sentence says, the Internet is international, and no single country or its laws can control the Internet or its content. The rest of the information in the paragraph then supports this contention and this idea by giving details about that. So, what I want you to remember about paragraphs and the way they're constructed and what they do is, first of all, a paragraph block has to have two parts. It first needs to have a topic sentence. Then it needs supporting details and information in the form of facts and data, stats, case studies, quotes, personal experience examples, whatever it is that is applicable to whatever your paragraph is about. And also then, as we said, the information in that paragraph needs to be unified. It all needs to pertain to the topic sentence. Secondly, it needs to be sufficient. You must have enough good information to support your topic and make your point. And third, the information needs to be coherent, clear, and understandable. All right, I'll talk to you later.